Come in, Ellen. Do you mind just closing the door whilst you sit down? So thanks for replying to my email that I sent you in regards to this meeting that we're having today.
Am I in trouble? I thought my performance was good. I've been completing all my tasks. I don't really know why this meeting has happened. I'm really nervous.
Oh, okay. Well, no need to be nervous, Ellen. This is not a performance review or a quick critique or anything. It's more a feedback session. I just want to see and have a conversation with you about a change in your behaviour that seems to be affecting the way you're working and where you're communicating within a team.
I'm fine. All my work's getting done on time and I'm exceeding all my performance indicators. I just had a performance review and you can see that I did well in that. It was 2 months ago.
Yeah. Well, that's perfectly fine. So I can see that you're doing that and all that, but the only thing is that we value as an employee and your work is it's incredible in a sense, but it's more, you're getting a bit, are you having any personal problems or anything? Is it anything that's affecting your work life? I just don't want you to, get burnt out. I prefer to conserve. Okay. So
Yeah.
Is there any issues that have come up? Your managers have also come to me and they've noticed that you've been coming into work a little bit late, stumbling in a bit later, about 9:20. Is there any troubles at home? Is there something is it travelling to work? I know that you live a distance away. I know you live at that hour away, but I just want to see if there's a problem within that aspect.
Well, it's been becoming harder to get to work. Yes, traffic's such a nightmare, and get into the city.
Yeah.
And my family's also been depending on me to take my mum to her appointments in the morning. I'm the only one who lives close enough and that has a car, and family just can't say no to them, so they've put a lot of pressure on me, and so I just can't get here for 9 a.m. It's just been so hard.
Okay, well, that's not too bad. I also find it pretty hard to manage the work-life balance. I have a husband and child and trying to get a combination of that, but I'm happy that we put aside that, but I think the most prominent issue that's been coming up is your disengagement with your team members. We've noticed at team meetings and on projects, you tend to not participate in discussions like you usually do. So, although I want to reiterate that you are doing your work and you're doing it to the best of your attention, all that, but you seem to be a bit withdrawn. You having trouble, with the in it. Do you have anything you have to say with that?
Well, I suppose I didn't really notice that I was being disengaged in my work. I'm not doing it on purpose. Now that you pointed out, the meetings are so repetitive. The work is so simple. It's, I've done it all before, and I do most of the workload anyway, so it's actually, going to the meetings just seems like such a waste for me because I end up doing the whole thing, and it's not challenging for me.
Oh, okay. Well, what I think, I can see that. If the workload is appearing too easy for you, then would you prefer me to increase your responsibilities and your type of work in your teams? Does that seem a bit interesting? Your managers and I have had a conversation about the great potential you have and maybe moving you up to maybe a greater leadership role. Would you maybe be interested in reevaluating your position and maybe moving up to, let's say, a more developed or leadership role?
Yeah, well, I hadn't even thought about it, but I am probably the most qualified one on the team, so it would make sense. And yeah, I guess that would sort of fix some things.
Even out the workload as well, maybe give you a bit more responsibility.
I would love to do more work. It sounds silly, but it's so boring for me. That's why I'm so relaxed about not getting to work on time.
Yeah, I can see that because we can see that in the loss of motivation at work, but a lack of commitment can be caused by work being too simple for you, as we said.
Yeah.
And you said it's easy for you to complete the work on time. There's no
no problems.
Yeah. So I feel like we might be able to develop you into a role that's going to allow you to take on more responsibilities and tasks. And I think your department will definitely benefit from your skill set just because you have been here for so long, for such a you've been here for a decent amount of time. So I think maybe moving you up, although we did change your role in the last 6 months, I feel like you might be more enjoyable in that role. So do you think something like that really interests you or something? Or
I mean, I like the work that I'm doing at the company. I find my department, the social media aspect of it's really interesting to me. I'm good at it. But yeah, I would love to take on more responsibilities.
Okay, all right. So what I think I might do is maybe put a position of like team leader. So it's a bit of more of a superior role. Yeah. So it's a step up in the company. So you'll be more enticed to like lead products and projects. You'll be coming up with like certain ideas to present to like the managers of all departments. So you won't be at a manager scale, but within that range. And you'll be required to oversee all the projects done and attend all department meetings. So where the projects are actually pitched to the head of departments. So then this will give you more of a responsibility role where you're going to be handling like the majority of the projects and coming up through the social media department. So you'll be interlinking both of them together to come up. And also you'll also be leading about 10 or so people. So although they won't be it'd be more of like a team-based thing. So you'll be negotiating with them and all that. So do you think you might be comfortable with that? Is there anything that you might need to change or?
Well, I'm definitely comfortable with the work. I'm pretty excited to, be a bit more responsible for the work and be, communicating with the managers. I'm just a little bit concerned because 10 people working underneath me, I haven't really done a leadership position like that before. I haven't run a team like that, and I just think it might be a bit challenging for me. I just don't want to do it badly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can sort of group around that. So maybe setting up a few extra mentoring or coaching from your manager. So seeing as though you have such a good relationship with her, in a work balance,
the whole 2 years.
Yeah, work balance and also on the personal scale.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe we should get her to mentor you and maybe teach you the ways that she's done it? Maybe I think a reasonable amount per week will probably be about 3 check-ins per week.
Yeah.
Let's say half an hour sessions and
just to catch up or if I have questions or something.
100%, refining your tools on how to lead teams and how to...
And meetings and things.
Yeah, 100%.
I just haven't led meetings before, so that would be good to learn from someone.
Yeah, well, personally, I do think you'll be excellent at a leadership role. However, I think, coaching and mentoring will help you, have those skills and, develop them and to, ensure you're being looked after because, as I said, we are very, very happy to have you within our company. We don't want anything like that to happen. So then also I'm feeling due to that skill set, you'll be a bit more innovative, and especially in the role you're in, you have to sort of have that innovative flair. And so due to me giving you a new role, if you agree to that, I'll put all the paperwork through to all that.
Yes, I would love to.
Okay, all right. So I think maybe the next point of this, we should sort of talk about your performance indicators because obviously they'll need to change.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So maybe setting up a set of objectives for your new role to help you grasp the actual role itself. So, do you reckon we could...
I'm thinking... Can we set short-term targets? Because I want to see if I'm progressing well, and I want to see if I'm doing the role well, and I want to see if I can achieve all the objectives as a team leader. But I just don't think I want to check how I'm doing.
Okay.
sooner rather than later to know that if I'm failing or if anything has to be fixed.
Yeah, because in the company we usually do about 6 to 12 months.
Yeah,
KPI
yeah,
and
I'm just
performance.
thinking maybe 6 months might be too long, especially if I'm in a new role, and I don't want to stress myself out over it. I'd rather check in earlier.
Okay, so maybe let's say, well, not if a 6-month period, maybe every 2 months or so we check your targets and objectives, and then we can come back and we can review it. Like, I'm happy to do it if you're happy with me to do it, and see how they're suiting you, because I really don't want you to become overwhelmed and born out of the job or anything like that.
I just don't want to do it wrong, but I just while I'm moving into the role and sort of getting comfortable with it, if I can just have more check-ins.
Yeah. So do you think maybe setting them at a 2 months rather than 6-month period will give you a bit more leeway or so?
Yeah. I mean, normally my targets for the 6 months periods are to complete and put into effect 3 new projects for the firm.
Okay, all right.
So we normally get given our assignments, and my job is to focus on putting it, integrating it into the system, doing that sort of work and ensuring that it tests well and responds well and that it's effective in promoting sales.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah.
Okay, so maybe what we should do is building on your new role, you'll be coming up with projects with the managers in meetings. So you'll be responsible for delegating the specific aspects of the project and evidently overseeing all the final products and all the thing that's getting thing.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we can jot down a few points that for your 2-month period.
Yeah.
And this could be maybe how to have a project, maybe have one project up and running and maybe
in the 2 months.
Yeah. Do you reckon you could?
That would work.
Yeah, because as you said, you had a 6-month period to put 3 in.
Yeah.
So maybe, I think maybe, what we've got written down here would be maybe increasing your clientele on a mailing list.
Yeah.
By at least about 5% in the 2-month period.
Yeah.
Yeah? You feel like we can do that one?
We can do that.
All right. Within maybe, as you know, within the company, you're rated. So I wouldn't mind if, let's call it the Ellen team at the moment, if they were moved up to maybe within the top 5 of the company.
Yeah.
So do you think
in how effective the projects are, the sales?
Yeah.
And stuff?
Yeah. So how much revenue we get from that, and obviously how interested your team is, because we also want to increase culture within the organisation. That's a massive thing for us here.
Yeah. I mean, keep them committed, obviously, and that will be my job.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've had a couple people leave.
I know.
This year.
Yeah. Well, we've had. If you could, I know this is a big ask, but maybe kind of minimising the turnover rate within your team. I don't want to say minimise the turnover rate in the whole organisation, because that's somewhat out of your league.
Most of the people in my team are more junior than me, so maybe if I am going to be in the leadership role, they might listen a little bit.
Yeah, and I also think maybe because you have been with us for about 2.5 years and you have progressed in your role, you didn't come in and start as leader. So maybe if you show them that aspect, and then also you could sort of mentor them, without the term, but just sort of coach them through and go, hey, this is what I did, and
make sure they're on top of their assignments.
Yeah. And then also a massive thing, it's a small KPI, I believe, but I'm not in your role. Maybe hitting on one of our major clientele's websites that you're involved with.
Yes.
Maybe let's hit about 10,000 subscribers. Do you think that? Yeah. To give you a bit of urge to do something. It's not
Well, we're on about 9,000 now.
Yeah.
And so 10,000 was sort of our next goal to get to. So I think if we're improving the workload and if we're improving the work that we're doing, then it could probably happen in about 2 months.
All right, perfect. Okay, so do you reckon there's going to be any restrictions with that role at all? Anything?
Look, I mean, there's still the problem of me struggling to get to work on time. I mean, how how can I be an effective team leader? Like, I'll be there at the meetings on time if I can't really get to work. I don't want it to set a bad example for everybody. I mean, I'll try, but it's just, I still need to be driving my mum around, and I'm the only one who can do it.
All right. So maybe a compromise that we could sort of go in that sense is maybe, would you like your start time to be a bit like put back? So
yeah, I mean, that would fix it. I mean, I can get there for 10.
Yeah, so what I was thinking, maybe same working hours. So usually people would be doing like the 9 to 5. Maybe we could do 10 to 6, just as long as the hours are met, and
that's
then
okay with
all
me.
jobs are done.
Yeah.
And all that. And what I could also do is maybe give you a work phone, or make you accessible to your team on a work
From 9 o'clock.
Yeah, from 9 o'clock. Because if you're dropping your mother off,
I'm in the car. I'm driving. I can still
as long as you've got the Bluetooth.
Yes.
Okay, good. Good working conditions we need here.
Yeah, no, I can answer the phone if they need me just before I get there. But I mean, as long as I'm getting there before 10 o'clock, I can be reached from 9. That's okay.
Okay, so we'll put into play that you start around maybe 10 to maybe finishing around 6.
Yeah.
So that will allow you that extra morning drive with your mum to get her on time.
Yeah.
Because, like, as I really want to say, we do value you in this company. We don't want to lose you for having such like that. So, I could try and put through something for the team meetings to be pushed back an extra hour.
Yeah, that would be good, because I don't want to miss them, but I don't want to disrupt it. I think it's important to have them in the mornings.
Yeah, well, I think maybe a good thing would be is obviously sending the email the night before saying, hey guys, we're having a group meeting tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is what will be addressed.
Yeah.
And then everyone else that usually comes in at 9 can sit at their desk and
work on
revise their
ideas,
work. Yeah. And then obviously the meetings for us will be more productive, because you'll have
everyone
things.
will be ready.
Yeah, because usually, as you know, we usually go into meetings a bit more fluff here and there.
Yeah.
Whereas if we get in there, be more prompt for the meeting.
Yeah.
I think it would be
their ideas ready to pitch.
Yeah. So I also think that would be easier for you to reach your KPIs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And obviously increase massive sales for the company.
That would definitely work well.
All right, perfect.
That's really helpful. I mean, I can probably get there a little bit before 10, but I mean, I'll let you know when the situation at home changes. But for now, that is a massive help for me. Yeah, it means that I can still be on time to work, just on my own sort of.
Yeah, because what I could see is the group members within your team sort of started like mocking your ways.
Yeah.
So they thought if you could rock in at 20 past 9, it really wouldn't matter if they could rock in at 20 past 9 but with a coffee in their hand.
Yeah.
So they're sort of, because you're a seniority role, they're kind of looking towards you for that little bit of direction. So
as long as it's clear that like that's what I'm doing, at least I'll be getting there at the time that I'm supposed to. Yeah,
no, 100%. Under your team, you'll let them know that you are contactable from 9 a.m.
Yeah.
But in the office hours, you don't have to be here till 10. So that would probably be a good thing.
Perfect.
Do you reckon we should review this in, let's say, maybe like 2 weeks to maybe revisit the role and see like how you've changed and how you've accommodated yourself to the new role? Because like within the organisation, we're so keen to have you here, and we obviously want to develop you. And rather than just being like, nah, you can't do the job, out of the company, we want to develop you because your work is phenomenal. I don't want you to think that this was me affecting your performance or reevaluating all that. It's simply because we love what you're doing, but we just want you to be that little bit more motivated, a little bit more pushing and coaching and mentoring.
No, I get that. that. I mean, thanks for the opportunity to move me. I wouldn't have even thought that. I mean, I'm really excited. I don't think I've been excited about work for a while, which doesn't sound good, but I just didn't really realise that's what was keeping me back. I look forward to checking in with you in a few weeks, just in case I'm struggling. Yeah, no, 100%. Contact me, call me. You know where my office is. Good. Like, just knock on the door. I'll be happy to speak to you.
But if you do have any problems, like come to me before 2 weeks.
Okay.
Just
good.
so because I really, really want you to be in this role. Like
Yeah.
I think it's well suited to you. It will obviously affect the performance of the company and so if something is not working right, let's say like the mentoring or the coaching or unable to get here on a certain time or there's tension in the group, please just come to me. Like that's my job as the HR. Like that's what like my brand is. So
Great.
like
sounds good.
I'm here to help you transition and develop into the role and so
thank you so much.
that's all good. My pleasure. Enjoy.
Thanks.
Bye, Ellen.